Hello, everybody. Welcome to TOI Digital, your daily guide to all that's happening during the Asia Cup 2025. Beyond the Boundary is the name of the show. As always, I've got a Power Pack panel with me. I've got Dwaipan Datta joining us from Chennai, and Arani Basu joins us from NCR. Thanks a lot, gentlemen, for joining us today. Uh, as you can imagine, the topic of discussion continues to be all that happened yesterday and in the days prior to that with the Pakistan cricket team. We've had some shocking new details emerge from Dubai through a story which appeared on TOI's online edition, timesofIndia.com. And Dwepan, I want to bring it up with you first. According to the story, hectic parlays continued, and it was Mohsen Naqvi and Salman Nasir, the PSL director, and the other end it was Sanjog Gupta, and there were about 6 emails that were exchanged between both sides, and it started on 15th, and it just kept continuing and continuing and continuing. What do you make of the whole thing?
Uh, there's not much to make out of it. Or the only thing that is evident is that PCB, I think, unnecessarily they shot themselves in the foot because this was something that they could easily have avoided. There was no reason to humiliate themselves beyond the field because India is was well within their rights not to do the handshake. Let's put things into perspective. There are enough and more instances of sportspersons not doing the handshake. As I was saying, Svitolina did not shake hands with Sabalenka in the 2023 French Open. Uh, and with Azarenka in the Wimbledon due to the Ukraine Russia conflict. So there are instances. So India was well within their rights not to shake hands. Pakistan had lost poorly. They were playing extremely poorly, and at times I felt by Pakistan the way they blew it up, they were trying to deflect the attention from the fact that they were playing very poor cricket. So I think that should have been the bigger issue for PCB instead of this. And when it came down to this, it was what it you could always see that this is optics. Yes, Sanjog Gupta held his ground and etc. The very idea of asking Pycroft to be sacked is silly because you don't shoot the messenger. Pycroft only told them what BCCI told them, what the Indian team told them. What is the point of shooting the messenger? So that was silly to start with, and then you know pretty well that you are going to lose out on 16 million if you don't turn up for the match. So you have to pay a fine of 16 million USD, which you are not going to do. So why do this drama? That is my point. Like PCB made a fool of themselves. They should look into their cricket more instead of this optics, because in this game of optics they are not going to be able to fight BCCI. The best they can do is beat India on the cricket field if they have a good day.
Already, by the looks of it, and I'm just going through that story done by Sahil and Pratyush, the first started on 15th and 16th. They were told that we can't change Andy Pycroft. But 17th, they started it again with another email claiming that Pycroft had violated the protocols. And in all, about 6 emails are exchanged between both PCB and ICC. And in the end, what did they achieve? Pycroft continued to officiate that match. They claim that Pycroft has apologized, but what's the reality?
Yeah, so on what grounds did they accuse Pycroft of violating anything? The match referee, or let's get into the details first, how things work. Match referees always have hold a meeting with the captains before a match, on the eve of a match, and everything. That's a standard practice. Match referees, the umpires would speak to the captains. They will talk about how the game should be played, wasting time, and everything. Everything will be discussed. So I think what Pycroft did, maybe the communication came from the Indian team a little late, maybe on just before the toss or on the day of the match. Pycroft just went to the Pakistani captain and just informed him that this is what's going to happen. Don't embarrass yourself. So there is no grounds where Pycroft has violated any protocol as such. Pycroft has not stopped them from taking the ground from at certain time. Maybe it's not like that Pycroft had stopped them that you will only enter the ground after India has taken the batsmen have taken guard or anything or all kinds of things. That nothing on cricketing grounds. That is the role of a match referee. Has Pycroft abused them? I don't think so. The Indian team has not abused them. Like the Pan said, they have actually made a fool out of themselves. PCB. It's about their egos, their inflated egos, how they want to. They don't want to show their government. Mohsin Naqvi, we know he's a part of the government, Pakistan government, that they are not pushovers in world cricket. That's the only piece of relevance that they have in world sport right now, cricket. Besides Arshad Nadeem, and he's fighting a battle on his own. We all know that. So that's what they have done. They had no ground, and that's what they've been trying to do since Champions Trophy. The bigger battle is between the two governments. We know Jay Shah is the son of the Home Minister here and everything. They want to put Jay Shah in as much of an as put him in awkward situation as much as possible. They tried to do that before he assumed the role of ICC chair. They put enough pressure on him. He couldn't have taken that call as an ICC chair to move those matches to Dubai. So they wanted to create this scene, and they want to. This is a more political thing that's going on. It's not about BCCI, PCB. They wanted to put a point across that we too are powerful people here. But the grounds were not relevant. I'm so sorry to say. And I think the had Pycroft stuck, ICC and Pycroft stuck to their guns, the match should have been forfeited yesterday. Should have gone to UAE. You cannot keep a team waiting for an hour. Just turn up at the ground whenever you want. It cannot. They just man. I think that's where I think ICC and Pycroft relented. They gave them they gave into their tantrums. That's basically what a toddler does. It's like a toddler throwing tantrums there. Had Mohsin Naqvi not been the president of ACC, I don't think Pakistan would have come back with points from this match yesterday.
Dwapan, now the Pakistan Cricket Board last night put out a video claiming that Andy Pycroft apologized to the Pakistan captain, manager, and the head coach. But the ICC, as the story from Sahil reports, says that there was no such apology given. Uh, Now, again, are they trying to set narratives here, the Pakistan Cricket Board?
Quite clearly they are. Quite clearly they have posted pictures which says that Pycroft is having a conversation with the Pakistan team management. So it can be a conversation and not necessarily an apology, because now it is what PCB is saying and what ICC is saying. Now we don't know what the exact content of that conversation was, whether a sorry was told or not told, that we don't know. But yes, it is just a game of one-upmanship. Um that is what is transpiring right now. The, as I said before, and as I keep saying, that PCB should not have done this. And if they did it, if they really felt that their ego was hurt, then they should have foregone that 16 million USD which they had to probably pay for that as fine, and pulled out of the tournament. Had it happened to India, if India had really felt humiliated, then they would probably have done that. So if you want to be a like to show that you are a dada, then behave like a dada. Then don't start off behaving like a dada and then back off. Then you make a fool of yourself. Uh, हम किसी से कम नहीं, you can only say when you have the dum. So I think they are lacking in the dum, both on the field and off it.
Already, looking at all that has transpired in the last few days and looking at the history of Asia Cup, I'm just looking back. 86, India refused to go to Sri Lanka. They played the Asia Cup without India. 1991, Pakistan refused to come to India because of the tensions at the time. You seem to think when you didn't have tensions. 93, Asia Cup was cancelled. Again, it was supposed to happen after the Euro Cup. It got cancelled. Again, we saw 2018, India was supposed to host the tournament, was moved to UAE. 2023, Pakistan was supposed to host. India refused to go to Pakistan. The matches were held in Sri Lanka as well. Again, this time we have this particular drama, whatever has happened. What is really being achieved with the Asia Cup in your view?
See, the Asia Cup is a very low quality product. We have maintained that. So, but what's the Asian? It's a more of a vote gathering exercise for people who want to who aspire to have powerful positions in the ICC. They need
Anyone in
those
particular?
associates.
Anyone in particular that you're talking about?
Yeah, I think see the trend was started with Jagmohan Dalmia and everyone said it continues. BCCI they have allies with Sri Lanka and Bangladesh and now Afghanistan and these associates as well. Now we know Imran Khwaja is a strong person from Hong Kong, Singapore, I guess, yeah, or Hong Kong. Hong Kong. And then there is Oman, we have Pankaj Khinji. So all of that is this is all part of that. They want to create this union that we are strong together, and whenever we want to put out a candidate of us, we have those votes. So legally, we can see we in BCCI the elections don't happen these days. They are administrators are appointed by selection. It doesn't happen in ICC. You still have to come up with enough votes to go unopposed. That is the entire process. And now in the through this like the Oman, Afghanistan, Hong Kong will be earning some money. They would in some way it will do some good to cricket across Asia and other associates. They say it's a part of globalizing the sport and everything. So the Asia Cup's relevance is limited to that. Quality of cricket, I'm sorry if India is not playing. Uh, I think India playing the tournament makes it exposes the tournament actually at this moment because the rest of the nations are so far behind in terms of the quality of cricket where they stand now. Like we said, the strike rates, if you see the other contenders, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Afghanistan, Pakistan, their openers strike at 125, 130, and people call them as threats. And we cringe at those numbers these days, isn't it? So I think Asia Cup is more than a cricket tournament. It's about keeping this union together on the world stage. And yes, that's the only relevance of the Asia Cup right now. If it didn't happen, yeah, India doesn't have any much to lose. I don't think Sri Lanka will be earning a big sum of money anyway. The others, it's for the associates and to get this union going because world cricket doesn't have any union. Means if
If I may add, like I think the
yeah,
Asia Cup is still going on because of the fact that the TV rights have been already been
yeah,
sold till 2031. So they
Yes.
have to have
uh,
this Asia Cup somehow. So
Yeah.
this tournament happen. This is a filler tournament. You know that this is a
yeah.
filler tournament. Every for a tournament's format keeps getting changed every year. Every year the tournament happens. Sometimes it's ODI, sometimes it's T20. Maybe sometime it will become T10. It's a bit of a joke. So it is happening because the TV rights have been sold till 2031, and they have to have something because they have to uh, uh, fulfill that obligation. So that's why it is happening. So if those TV rights were not sold till 2031, I don't think this Asia Cup would have happened.
Yeah, there is a question from Karan Tyagi, couple of questions from Karan Tyagi, and I want Dwaipan to answer them. Karan Tyagi says, Sir, India Pakistan 21 को हो रहा है या नहीं हो रहा है? And then he also asks a question कि uh, चंदू सर, आज नीरज का किसी ने बॉयकॉट क्यों नहीं करा? सारी देशभक्ति क्रिकेट के लिए ही है क्या?
चंदू सर को पूछा है, वो चंदू सर ही
मुझे नहीं
आंसर
पता।
कर।
मैं चाहता हूँ आप जवाब दीजिए।
No, did not, because that is the uh, thing about cricket and Bollywood. Like a moment a Pakistani actor wants to come and act in a Bollywood film, then we are up in arms. And when we are playing cricket against Pakistan, we are up in arms, because these are the two things that has a national interest and a national, like, spectator value. That's why the talk is around that. So when India plays Pakistan, even when Neeraj is playing, I can assure you 7 out of 10 in and around you do not know that
Don't know.
today Neeraj and Nadim were facing off. So there is no conversation. So it is about the chatter. We are always feeding the chatter, and so that is why there is no conversation. Why Neeraj is up against Nadim, and well, one finished 8th and one finished 10th. The results were not exactly very satisfying, but yeah. And the second, another question is 21st. Now that Pakistan managed to win yesterday's match due to, like, because of Shaheen Afridi's batting efforts, now India will play Pakistan in that Sunday match. But I don't think that the final between India and Pakistan will happen, because the way Pakistan is playing, they are not going to qualify. They are playing really bad, extremely poorly. They were playing horrible cricket yesterday. They should have lost. Had that Shaheen Afridi blitz not happened with the bat, they would have lost.
Aruni, question for you. Ornov says, my stand, India should not play Pakistan anywhere in world of any sport. That's it.
Okay, so if India is going to play, if a semi-final comes up, World Cup semi-final, you say that India should forfeit this match and should not win a World Cup. So that again, that's your stand, but I don't think that's going to be a stand of the BCCI or the Indian team anyway.
No, they're saying any
That
sport. Any sport.
so we don't want Olympic medals, we don't want hockey tour titles or a World Cup in cricket as well. So
We For that to happen, Pakistan has to be,
that's
like, there will be a terrorist state or something
no
like that. It has to be banned by
the
IOC and
band by
ICC and
same, yeah.
every. So as long as that is not being proven, India unilaterally cannot say that. And if they
Don't
do,
say
they
that.
don't play. They don't play, and they miss the medal.
So
It's
you give
fine.
up points like I think
Give up on.
Australia did it in '96 World Cup. I think Australia chose and who else? I think in Nairobi also Australia did not travel during the 2003 World Cup. So they
Yeah.
chose to give up those
Yeah.
points and that
And
benefited
still,
Kenya in the yeah.
still won the World Cup.
So we are
Uh,
still won the World
uh,
Cup.
and it benefited a few batters as well. I don't want to take
Yeah,
names.
yeah.
Okay, there's a comment from Fit Monk, and Dwapa and I want you to answer. He's saying that Andy Pycroft will be in Big Boss 19.
Uh, yeah, could be. He's now an Indian national hero, so it's good.
But for what? हमें नहीं चाहिए.
I don't know.
Uh,
It must be like, right now, like, he, he is the hero. He's a bigger hero than Surya Kumar Yadav. So yeah, why not? Hmm.
I thought Surya Kumar Yadav was the biggest hero right now in the country, but
No,
anyways,
but the definition of a hero changes every day. No, in this day and age,
yeah,
your hero, yesterday's hero is nobody today.
yeah. Cristiano Ronaldo says Bharat Ratna for Andy Pycroft.
Absolutely. For what? I mean, what?
He himself, himself must be thinking, what have I done that I should have this
Uh,
sports
uh,
here? Yeah. So, Aruni Satyam Singh is saying PCB is planning to ban Sky from tournament or next match. What is the plan?
Sky.
Huh?
Surya Kumar Yadav. How can PCB take a call? How can PCB take a call? I don't, had they been obsessed about the Indian team, they would have kept the matter to the handshake itself. They
Huh?
would not have moved to Andy Poitcroft and targeted Jay Shah at ICC. They took the
Huh?
matter to that level. Some people, some very intelligent people, wise people in PCB thought that that's the way to attack India at this
Huh?
moment.
Huh?
But yes, okay, then India should then start demanding Fahim Ashraf not playing the next match as well. So these are ridiculous thoughts, okay, because of this ridiculous situation. This is a absolutely comical situation, I would say. What's transpiring? It's laughable. It's laughable, absolutely.
And just to add to
Uh,
it, Priyanshu says Andy Pycroft will replace Gandhi on our currency.
hmm.
So it's getting ridiculous. It's now getting to the levels of
Yeah.
ridiculous, but here, this is what
Uh,
it is. Uh, Dwepen, Sayed Nizamuddin has a comment or a question. ICC will take action against Pakistan if they pull out from Asia Cup, including penalty, termination, and suspension. I don't think ICC has any role
ACC.
here because it's an ACC
No,
tournament.
and
ACC.
the
That would
ICC
be.
tournament they have not pulled out also. Like they would have had to pay those 16 million penalty if they had pulled out because of the rules or whatever is there. So that has been avoided. That has been avoided, and now they play. Now they play three more games, and that's about it.
Hmm. Uh, KV says, Arni, Surya did not mention Pakistan. So what was all this hullabaloo about?
So we all know. Then the next action of not shaking hands implied was Pakistan.
Hmm.
So okay, so let's not get into the technicalities. We know what happened, why the Indian team took a stand. They did not dedicate those wins in England to the Pahalgam terror attack and everything. So we all know. Let's not try to be get into the technicalities and okay, we all know what was the intention behind the stand, and it's completely just justifiable for Indian team to take a stand. It's okay. But for me, as long as India did not abuse, the players did not abuse, it did not get abusive. I think they conducted themselves very well, but they took a stand, and that's it. And I think I think the Pakistan cricket board felt insulted, humiliated by that. I think the biggest problem with I think Mike Hessen should not have let his queued up in front of the dressing room with his players after the match when the match referee had already announced it to them that the Indian team is not interested in shaking hands. So that was the stunt that they tried to pull off. They wanted to garner sympathy, brownie points, whatever. I think they should have stuck to that, to that moral high ground game and everything. They completely messed it up, Pakistan cricket board. I think Mike Hessen, I think, has a lot of answering to do as well. Uh, I think he was right up there in front when in front leading the team, queuing up in front of the Indian dressing room. So yeah.
जाट बॉय एज अ क्वेश्चन और अ कमेंट ही सेज भाई साहब ये पूरा मैटर मेरे समझ ही नहीं आया है ये ड्रामा क्यों किया गया सूर्या
It's
के
same like remember Chandresh Mickey Arthur I think said after they lost in Ahmedabad
या
I did not hear Dil Dil Pakistan in the stadium.
या या या
This is
या या
unfair and everything. So
या
again, like the fan said, these are not diversionary tactics.
या
Their cricket has slipped into the ventilator right now, and they're trying to blame it on India.
हाँ
So
इसे ड्रामा क्यों किया गया सूर्या के स्टेटमेंट में कभी पाकिस्तान का नाम ही नहीं था हैंडशेक का कोई रूल ही नहीं है सो टेक्निकली स्पीकिंग मतलब इट्स अप टू अस मतलब इट्स अ and it did this concept of shaking hands was not there in 83 or 96
yeah.
or 99 or 2003 this only started in the I think in the last 15 years or so or 15 20 years or so that this convention has started much like a tennis match or something of that sort. Weapon?
Yeah.
Yeah, like earlier this I think that's more of a television spectacle, that people get players coming out of the dressing room and doing the handshake. That's a television spectacle, and as you were saying, it happens to in other sports also. It is good for the television, for television viewing. That is why it has become like that. Earlier, it was like, do you remember Javed Miadat shaking hands with the Pakistan Indian players after hitting that six? He just ran off, but then they had dinner together also. So when you get to hear them talk, yesterday there was a fantastic conversation of Sanjay Manjrekar, Wakar Yunus and Wasim Akram happening when this entire drama was unfolding, and he had to log in because we are following what will happen. But that conversation was the best part, and it was about India-Pakistan cricket and the way it used to be,
Hmm.
uh, and probably the most entertaining session of this entire Asia Cup till now. That one hour conversation of Wasim Walker and Sanjay Manjrekar discussing India-Pakistan cricket. So yeah, so it used to be different. This is a completely different game. This is being played out for the media, played out for it's a different world altogether. The world that we grew up in and the world that we are living in are completely different, and we have to live with that.
Orani, Cristiano Ronaldo is the question. He says, can Andy Pycroft complain against PCB for spreading false information that he said sorry?
It's up to Andy Pycroft, but I don't think again there's no ground. I think if Pakistan, I think what the narrative would be from ICC is that if at all like Pycroft has apologized, it would be for miscommunication. If anything was lost in translation and everything. But I don't think why if Pycroft had lost his job for this and everything, he felt aggrieved and everything. Maybe there is a case, but I don't think Pycroft should also take this very seriously. Uh, that's it. I think this has been blown up out of proportion for nothing.
Okay, we have some questions related to the India Australia thing as well. Chirag Patel says, Arani and Didi, how is the selection of India A squad of 50 over cricket? Majority of them are multi-dimensional cricketers. They have been given opportunity like Suya Shedge, new all-rounder projected third in line after Hardik and NKR. Didi, what do you make of the 50 over squad that has been selected? And also, he has a question for Aruni, but I'll let Didi answer that. For the Test series against West Indies, NKR and Arshdeep won't be selected because Arshdeep is in the 50 over squad, and Karuna will continue. Shreyas Iyer won't get opportunity.
I think this India A squad has been selected on quite a few things. I think those who played the Duleep Trophy are not playing. Like they played who played the final are not playing. Those who are part of the Asia Cup 15 and even those who are in the reserves are not playing. So that leaves out quite a lot. So
But
we are
I think
playing.
there's also the Irani Cup that's supposed to happen, right?
Yeah.
Irani Cup is also supposed to happen. Yeah, so it is a see. India has a big enough pool. Like it is, uh, these matches are seen as markers for the selectors. Like it is not sacrosanct that somebody is
Mm.
India right now playing for India A means that his next stop is necessarily India. It does not work in Indian cricket like that, because India has at least a 50 player pool right now who can beat, like if suppose India B was playing, not even India A, if India B was playing this Asia Cup, I can guarantee you they would have become the champions. So that is the depth of Indian cricket at the moment, and it's a kind of a case of a mix and match. Whoever is available, whoever has the workload management is taken care of, those and they're playing it like that. So I think that's the approach that they have taken.
Arani, there's one question that is coming again and again and again and again, and only you can answer this because it is directed directly towards you. Movies of Demand has asked at least 15 times. Arani दा ऋषभ के chances कितने हैं first test खेलने के?
I think we'll get to know in a couple of days. It's again touch and go. I've been saying that because his recovery was delayed by a couple of weeks because he did not put the cast on immediately after the injury. There's been a slight dislocation because of that, because he was running around with the fractured foot and everything. So that was pushed back by a couple of weeks. I think he's at the COE. I think he's starting his batting and everything, but the intensity and everything will pick up in a while, and then the assessments will be made, and they will take a call if it's worth rushing him into the test team. So that's how I think we need to wait for a week. By the end of this week, I think anyway the selectors would select the team. So that's what it is at this moment.
And
Uh,
then Dhruv Jurel also scored 100 today in the game
yeah, Dhruv Jurel is always the second wicket keeper. So that's
in Test cricket. Yeah.
yeah, Test cricket. So that's not a debate at all. Dhruv Jurel, I won't be surprised if they are not convinced with Shreyas Iyer or anyone else. If they
Yes,
at all
to get
need a,
runs today.
Yeah,
yeah, didn't get a,
that's a question
uh,
that has come, and Dwayne also can answer this. Harshit Sagar has two questions or two comments. He's saying Shreyas Iyer scored 8 runs from 13 deliveries in the match against Australia A. Lone player in single-digit score in the match. Some people, including a few journalists, were trolling Gautam Gambhir and Ajit Agarkar for not selecting him in the Test squad. But the reality is simple: if you don't score runs consistently, how will a comeback be possible?
Mm, yes, he got out early. So, see, we have not been watching the game. I don't think it is available anywhere. I tried to
no,
find it
it's
and
not.
No,
I
it's not. It's
couldn't.
not available.
It's not available. So, I do not know the nature of the dismissal. So, as long when you somebody gets out within the first
LBW, I think.
in the first 12, 14 balls, when somebody gets out before getting set, you do not always know how he is playing. So yeah, so he got out early. Um and but having said that, I don't think he would have been selected or not
Mm.
selected on the basis of a performance here. Yes, if he had scored a century, then there would have been this discussion there. But then it's not cast in stone that had he scored a 150, he would have been there in the 11 for in the Indian team. And the fact that he has not got runs does not necessarily mean that he will not be in the 15 for that first test. So it's a kind of an open situation, and I don't think BCCI or the board or the selectors these days function like that. When one failure meant that your career is over, that those days are over. When Saurav Ganguly went out to bat in that one day in 1996, in the number three position, he knew that if he had failed, if he hadn't got those 46 runs, he would never have played international cricket again. So that was the kind of pressure that used to be at that point of time, but it is no longer the same now. So if he gets run somewhere else, he will be there. He will be in the discussion. He's not a he has not locked his position in the Indian first 11, but he's a good enough player to be in discussion for a while now.
Yeah, that's what Indian supporters say. Says Shreyas Iyer failed in Julep Trophy today, where everybody scoring century and half century. He scored only 8 runs. Based on IPL, he should not be in Test. Injustice for Abhimanyu and Sarfraz. I kind of agree with that sentiment expressed by this viewer. Mishra has a question for Aruni. Can a broadcaster file a complaint against PCB for recording a video in the ground premises for which the broadcaster bought the rights? So basically, about that whole thing where they're all sitting. Can Sony
No,
take ACC to court,
I
and then
don't think so
ACC
because
can take?
their social media handles, I think their media teams have certain rights, I think.
Uh,
Even the Indian team posts video from the venue and everything. So unless the match is on, I think they can still record. That's the I don't know the finer details, but that's what happens. That's the usual practice. If the match is live and if they're shooting out an entire over or anything, I don't think there are too many issues there. Uh,
Uh, so yeah, so there's Hey, are there reports that Ashwin will be playing Hong Kong Sixes? Dwepen? There's a question on that from one of our Cristiano Ronaldo has a question on that. Is Ashwin going to play Hong Kong Sixes?
Don't know. I don't know, but I doubt. I think he will play Dubai IL T20. That
Hmm.
he wants to play. So I don't think Hong Kong sixes he will play. Like that's too frivolous cricket for him. He still wants to play uh, some decent cricket. He does not want to disappear completely now. If he plays, he will play Dubai and he will play one of the other leagues from where he he gets the mileage that he wants to get.
Arani Satyam Singh has a comment. He says that Ramiz Raja said the referee is a fixer on Geo News. Rashid Latif said PCB will request ACC. Both Mohsen Naqvi and Sikandar Bak, the former Pakistan cricketer, said in the 2023 World Cup, Andy Pycroft helped India by giving all toss decisions in India's favor. So basically, he only goes and looks at the coin and he says whether India has
Yeah.
won or lost. So he's saying that Sikandar Bak says that it is. That this is
I think Sikandar Bakt also had mentioned that India were changing balls to get more reverse swing during the 23 World Cup.
no, that
Was it
was Hassan
Sikandar Bakt?
Raza. That was Hassan Raza.
Hasan Raza. Yeah,
He
so
said that India got a
uh,
special
ball.
ball. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I think something like a tape ball kind of thing
yeah,
to
yeah,
get
yeah,
more
yeah,
swing.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
so okay,
You
these
know
are.
details about that. Can you make some revelations on that because you only Hassan Raza and you seem to know about it.
No, I think these are all frivolous claims. I think they are sore losers at this moment. They're very bitter of what they. I think they have eggs on their faces on every count. Whatever they've tried to do, be it hosting the Champions Trophy, be it again ceding to BCCI, playing at neutral venues and everything. And again, losing so poorly, so poorly. I think what they're playing, the cricket that they played yesterday, I think, oh my God, that batting was, I think, they are as good as an associate team. I mean, a couple of brilliances here and there helped them. I think Shaheen Afridi has to bat and then bowl. I think he's not bowling as well as well. If you want to see, he's batting better than his bowling. So that I think Salman Agha being their off spinner, the quality of cricket is very bad.
But
I think they
Arun,
need
I just
to.
want to add a point to that. Like Pakistan in the last two T20 World Cups were not exactly wash out against India. They ran
Yeah.
India very close
Very
in
close.
2022. They ran India very close in
It was
2024. So this downfall, like from 2024 till to 2025, like yeah, 2024 they
I
lost to
think losing to India in New
USA.
York. I
No,
think
I
it all started spiraling after that. I think they lost to Ireland. Or they've
no,
struggled in the U.
I
They
think
lost to USA.
they see
Yeah.
they are looking at a kind of a. I was having that conversation with Wasim Akram a few days ago. Like he's saying that Pakistan is looking at a kind of a change in the approach of their cricket. They are T20 cricket especially. They want to play that six hitting cricket. Like
Hmm.
they said that in the nine matches, they hit about nine sixes in every match in the last series. So they want to shift from that normal cricket to that six hitting cricket. But if you are trying to do that with these bunch of boys against India, then you are going to struggle. You are going to get
Struggle, yeah.
like badly exposed against India,
I think they hit Bumrah for two sixes, and
which is a
in those overs,
No,
Bumrah conceded
Bumrah,
seven runs.
yeah,
see Bumrah in
Uh,
that game. Bumrah is not bowling full throttle yet. Bumrah needs to.
yeah.
If you remember the last IPL, Bumrah needed a couple of games to come back to
Games.
the groove. So
Hmm.
those two games were part of that coming back into the
Hmm.
groove. You will see Bumrah in Super Four. The teams will not be able to put back to ball against Bumrah. So
yeah. So
that part is taken care.
yeah, I think this comment sums it up completely for all of us. Khetan Deta says Saeem Ayub is Pakistan's best bowler in this tournament, and Shaheen Afridi is Pakistan's best batter in this tournament because
Actually,
it's just been
Yeah.
role reversal.
Yeah.
Actually true. Actually true. Like But having said that, Saima, like I have seen him bat a little bit here and there. He's not. He's low on confidence with the bat, so he's playing those poor shots and getting out like again and again. But imagine if they're playing him as an opener. If he comes good as an opener, then the quality that he has with the ball with which he got getting
Yeah.
Shubman Gill stumped with the new ball, you have to be immensely skillful to get that done. So he has that skill. So if they can put it together, then it will be interesting to see Pakistan. I'm very, very keen to see Pakistan doing well.
Hmm. Arani, there's a question from Arvind Atriyas. He's asking this again and again. Arani, Amit Shah is meeting BCCI president aspirants in Delhi on Saturday. Is it true?
Nothing that I know of, but if he has more details, he can share with us. Who are the aspirants firstly?
I don't
Uh,
know. I'm
uh,
as clueless because I'm like Janta ki Awaaz.
Aspirants can be multiple people.
Uh,
The best we know is that they're looking for a cricketer to take charge, and I don't know who they will be zeroing in on. And this happens on the day of the nominations, filing nominations. It comes
oh,
right from the
Priyanshu says
top.
Vijay Tagore reported this Amit Shah meeting. Which
So,
paper is Vijay Tagore?
Crick Buzz, I think, is writing
Crick
for
Buzz.
Crick Buzz.
Okay, okay,
Yeah. So he
okay,
could be. I don't know if he knows of any people, person like that. But who are the aspirants? I think I would be more interested in that.
okay, okay, okay.
BCCI. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So the final comment of the day comes from on off, and he says India should make law taking Pakistan name in India. Uh, People should go to jail for at least 2 days to taste jail food.
Angelu.
Yeah.
तो
So
लिख
it's just
सकते हैं
getting.
क्या नाम? No, we can type it out. Nothing.
It is just getting ridiculous by the day. The whole thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's see what happens further in this whole matter.
The only way the
Uh,
tournament could have been spiced up.
yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Uh,
Tarun Negi says, Arunida, 12 days left. West Indies Test squad. When will it be announced?
I think in a week,
In a week.
we should. Yeah, the next week. Or what's the hurry? I mean, so they will by 26, 27. I think they can announce it.
Because the coach and the coaching staff and the captain are in Dubai.
The
So
selector is also there. Chief selector is also there.
Everyone is in Dubai. They can do it now. Like, what is the
Yeah.
hurry?
And Dubai is an extension of India itself. I think it's the best Indian city out of India.
yeah,
And
yeah. At
Like
one
being
point,
yeah.
actually,
and
just
this
for the
may
benefit
not
of
be.
viewers, at one point, UAE was considered as a part of the larger Indian state before independence, and they were using Indian currency as well at one point of time over there. So,
So
yeah. Anyways, so on that note, thanks a lot, gentlemen, for joining us today. We hope that this matter will settle down and we'll talk a lot more about cricket and we'll get more competitive cricket in this tournament. Thanks a lot, Dwarpan. Thanks a lot, Arani. And thanks to everybody watching us right now on timesofindia.com,
mm,
TOI Digital. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment on all our videos. We'll be back again tomorrow because India is playing tomorrow. And much before that, we'll have a chat on that game as well. That's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow. Till then, take very good care of yourselves. Goodbye and God bless.